Hello, everyone, and I'm Pam Nakpil, and welcome to the next edition, a new edition of The Moving Truth with Pam. So we have here a guest. He's Filipino like I am, and I will let him introduce himself. Please.
Thank you, Ate Pam. My name is Edgar Corpuz, and I'm a structural technologist by profession here in Moncton, and I've been working for 2 years now at CBCL.
Wow, 2
and
years.
aside from that, I'm working as a insurance advisor too.
Do you still have time to do anything else?
Yeah, but aside from that, I also have another part-time job.
Wow. Oh my
so
gosh.
if my schedule permits, I work as a patient care attendant at the Moncton Hospital.
Wow. Wow. Okay. And this is now, but before we go into what you're doing,
Okay.
all the things you're doing now, Edgar, what were you doing? So you're from the Philippines, like I am. What were you doing before? You decided one day I want to go to Canada. What was your profession?
Actually, I have had a lot of careers back in
Oh,
the
wow.
Philippines. As I work as a HR assistant, I work also as associate program engineer,
Okay.
associate software engineer.
But what did you graduate?
Oh, I
From?
graduated as a electronics engineer.
Okay, so you're an engineer.
Yeah,
But you did HR, you did program management, engineering wise.
yeah.
What else did you do?
Actually, my first job was an associate software engineer.
Oh, wow,
But
okay.
I realized that it is not my line.
Okay.
I didn't like it. And then there was an offer to work in Dubai because my brother-in-law is working there. So they
Okay.
have a family friend that offered me the same job, just like what he have.
Okay.
And then the plan didn't go as planned, actually.
So you didn't go to Dubai? Or you did?
Well, I did go to Dubai for 3 months.
3 months.
Because he promised me to go there so that I can be hired easily.
Okay.
I got 3 interviews, but
It never happened?
it never happened. Yeah,
Wow.
I
So,
stayed there for 3 months actually.
so you had to spend money and time to go there?
Yeah, but I'm fortunate enough that my brother-in-law is there, so I'm living with him.
So
I don't
that's
have
not-
to spend.
So were you
much.
too disappointed you didn't get to get to stay at Dubai?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I mean, if you experienced that, did you ever think of, am I gonna try again going to another country? Was
Um,
that ever something you said, oh, not for me, I'm staying in the Philippines?
But even before going to Dubai, I have a dream of going to Canada.
Really?
Actually.
Canada specific?
Yeah, the thing is, before going to Dubai, the financial cost in going to Canada is not that cheap.
Okay.
So I
yes,
decided
yes,
to go to
yes.
Dubai to save more money and be prepared
Oh.
financially. That's
So
why I
it
went
was
there.
more of that. It
Yeah.
was a preparation for going to
Yeah,
Canada.
yeah. There's always a plan to go to Canada for long term after
Okay.
my stint in Dubai supposedly.
Supposedly. But there's a lot of people doing that, really. Go to the
Yeah.
Middle East and then eventually land in Canada. I don't know why, but I met a lot of people with that plan. Even family members have done that. So, okay. So you were in the Philippines working as an engineer, as an HR assistant, and you were already thinking of going to Canada. Why Canada specifically? I mean, there's so many other countries that I'm sure you can go to.
Yeah, yeah. So I have a classmate that migrated here right after
Okay.
college back in 2012. So she migrated with her family in Alberta actually.
Alberta, okay.
And that influenced me to go to Canada too for greener pasture. And I've seen a Korean series actually. I think you know it. Goblin. Yeah.
That's the red door. Okay, for the information of people, if you see Asians taking pictures outside of a red door in Quebec City, it's because of the Goblin
Yeah. Yeah.
telenovela series. Okay,
Yeah, and
so
that influenced me a lot actually. The
place.
the beauty of the place,
Okay.
and I also believe the strong economy of Canada with lots of job opportunities.
so how did you begin the process of you going here? Did you go as an immigrant straight? Did you have to take another path? What was the pathway for you?
So when I was in Dubai, 2 months have passed. I received a letter of acceptance from SAIT actually.
Oh,
That was college in Calgary.
Calgary.
Yeah.
Because you were focused on Alberta because of your
Yeah,
friend.
yeah, because my friend is in Alberta. And then a friend of mine back in the Philippines, she contacted me that she
Okay.
also wants to go to Canada.
Okay,
And
so you
then,
had the gang going.
yeah, and then that's where I learned that you can bring in your spouse or your
Okay.
partner to be an open work permit holder, and then me as a student.
Oh, so you took the student pathway.
Yes, I took it. So I went back to the Philippines in November 2018. We started planning for our Canada dream to become a
Okay.
student.
Okay.
And then little did we know that it is much cheaper to study here in New Brunswick.
Okay. So it was a financial decision as well
Yeah.
to study in New Brunswick versus Alberta.
Oh, yeah.
Was it much more expensive there?
Comparing the tuition fee for a year, I think it's less than double of the tuition
Wow.
fee compared to NBCC and
Okay.
Alberta. Yeah.
Okay. So NBCC, you started your application process. Was it an easy process?
Yeah, it was an easy process because I think back then, NBCC is not that too common for Filipinos
Not
to
yet
apply.
known. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
During 2019, yeah, I've never heard of. Well, I've never heard of Moncton. So okay. So how did the application process go?
So in the start of 2019, January, we started collecting documents and then we applied for visa around March.
Okay.
And then come May, we already have a visa.
Okay. So your acceptance was fast.
Yeah, yeah.
But were there not like strict requirements about, you needed to have this much income, you needed to have this much money in the bank? Like, was it not so financially driven? I mean, Alberta was more expensive, but did you have to prepare financially for it
Oh
as
yeah,
well?
of course. So applying for visa is not that easy because
Okay.
you have to prove that you have the capacity
To
to
pay.
live here and to sustain yourself even if you're not working.
Yeah.
So my family, actually my parents and my sister helped me to raise funds
Wow.
for the tuition fee, and also my partner's parents helped him also a lot to prepare for the funds needed.
Okay.
But the most significant one is taking bank loans for my tuition fee.
Wow.
And that's the riskiest thing for me because I already applied for a bank loan and I got approved without having the assurance of visa approval.
Wow.
But thank God that it was approved after 45 days.
Wow. So really, you had to pull everything together.
Oh, yeah.
Because some people think that, going to Canada as immigrants or new people, that we get paid to be here. I mean, I don't know if you've heard about that, but I've heard people say that the government pays us. We take a lot of benefits and, something from the government. I've never been paid.
Where's that?
I know. I wish there was that, right? So okay, going now. So you have your approvals, everything. Did you not even think for a moment, are we doing this? Are we really going to Canada?
No, when I got my visa, that was in May.
Okay.
So we started packing.
So you were excited. You
yeah.
were
I'm really, really excited.
ready to go.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Okay.
that was planned way years, like back in 2017, and we just got our real plan coming to reality in
With the
2019.
documents there,
Yeah.
with the visa there. Okay. Landing here, you said you had a friend. Did you have a friend when you arrived, like together, you and your partner? But when you arrived, did you know anyone?
So we came here in Canada, 6 of us. From the same
Wow,
place.
6 ways.
Yeah.
Six of you from
Yeah.
from where
And
are you from?
we're friends.
Oh,
6
so
of us.
all 6.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
We all got approved. But the other one studied in Calgary. So
Okay.
5 of us here in Moncton.
Oh, so it wasn't such a painful thing because you had friends with you coming.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But did you find a place immediately to rent, a house to rent? Did your partner get a job immediately? Did you get a part-time job immediately?
So when before coming here in Canada, we already paid for our rental apartment.
Wow.
Like
So
a month before, we started renting it in July, but we just came here in last week of August.
wow. So you were
So
paying
just to
even
be
before.
secured with the apartment when we land here.
Oh,
Because
okay.
we didn't know what's waiting for us here. We're not sure
Wow.
what's Moncton look like.
So you really invested a lot of
Yeah.
funds even before you started.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow. And that's a good idea because some people think they land here
Mm-hmm.
and they find something immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Especially these days, there's really not much.
And if it didn't happen, they have to book for a hotel, which are more
More
expensive. They pay
expensive.
daily.
Okay.
Yeah.
So coming here, how was studying? Because you're an engineer,
Yeah.
how was studying for you? Was it easy? Was it hard?
Okay, so I also took an engineering, but on a different field,
Okay.
because what I took in NBCC is building engineering technology, and I
Okay.
was in electronics engineering in the Philippines. So it's not that too far from each other.
Yeah.
So the foundation of those two programs are almost the same.
Okay.
So it was a clean slate for me actually.
So you didn't have a hard time.
No, it was a clean slate for me because I've had a lot of different careers back in the Philippines,
So-
and those were not really related with each other. So when I came here in Canada, I said that I'll take what I really wanted to study, actually civil engineering, but I didn't want to go to university anymore.
Okay.
And the closest one would be building
structural.
engineering technologies.
You didn't want to be qualified as an engineer here? Why? You're studying anyway.
Well, I didn't start that process. I took this path.
Okay, but you're no intentions of becoming an engineer.
No,
anymore.
not anymore.
Okay, so when you got here, did your partner immediately get a job?
Actually, his work permit had a problem. When
Wow.
he was interviewed and ready to start the job, in his work permit, he was not allowed to work in a healthcare.
Oh,
And
so
then-
there are provisions like that?
Yeah, but the thing is, it seems that his medical examination was not the immigration officer in Vancouver
Who took your papers? Yeah.
who gave us our work permit didn't see that he has the medical examination back in the Philippines,
Oh.
but we took it. Actually, it was done before coming here in Canada.
Because you can't come here without a medical exam,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's right. And then what we did, we called IRCC right away, and then after a week, he got his new work permit.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
where he can
Oh.
already work in healthcare.
Why healthcare? Why healthcare?
It's because he's a nurse in the Philippines.
Okay.
Yeah.
And during that time, I know it was so hard to get to be considered to be a full-time nurse, right? Because there were several
yeah.
things you had to do.
Like if you're a nurse outside Canada, it's not that easy to be a nurse here in Canada right away when you land.
What
You
did
still have
he-
to go up, through the process of the provincial regulations.
Okay, so what did
Yeah.
he have to do? Did he have to take an exam? Did he have to take courses again?
Well, with that, it was only after 2 years when he started for his nursing licensure.
Accreditation, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
Because in the first place, we didn't know how to start.
Okay.
Yeah, and then after 2 years, for 2 years, we work in a home care as a personal support worker.
Yeah.
He works full time, and then I work part time during my studies. Then I work full time during breaks.
Okay.
And then after 2 years, we met a friend who's already working as a nurse in Moncton Hospital.
Okay.
And then she taught us how to do the process.
Okay.
And then that only took like 6 months for him to get his nursing license.
So once you had the information, it wasn't really hard.
No, it wasn't really hard. And the thing is, that was after pandemic.
Okay.
So some of the restrictions were lifted. Like he was not obliged to get an English test
Okay.
because they lifted it. It's because I think I think most of the provinces needed
Needed
healthcare
healthcare.
workers, so they like lifted some restrictions.
In some requirements
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
But I don't think any Filipino will not pass a language
Oh,
test, right?
yeah. Yeah.
So he's working as a nurse now.
Yes, he is
Oh,
now.
so financially it's also better, right? A
Yes.
PSW versus a nurse.
Mhm.
How is he enjoying his work as a nurse? Is it very different from the Philippines in here?
Actually, his only dream when he came here in Canada was to become a caregiver.
Really?
Yeah,
So it's really unbelievable for him that he's now
yeah.
a nurse.
And now he's enjoying it, just like what he was doing in back in the
Oh,
Philippines.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Which area of medicine is he with now?
He's in family practice.
Family practice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Does he not want to be an RN, the prescription?
The nurse practitioner.
Yeah,
I actually told him to do that path,
yeah.
but he already reached to the NANB.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's going to start that process too.
He's starting it now,
Oh, that's
but I'm
good.
not sure where he is exactly.
Okay. So during your stay here, was there never a time that you felt like, oh, this is going to be hard, that, things are not going well? Because some people had a hard time getting integrated into the community. How about you guys?
When we started, um, actually, when we started here, there were not a lot of opportunities back then.
Okay.
And I guess we just met the right people to help
Okay.
us.
Okay.
We didn't get that really hard time looking for a job because after landing here, within 2 weeks, we already got a job.
Oh, wow.
So even before starting my studies,
You had a
I already
job.
secured my part-time job so that we can sustain our daily living
Okay.
and prepare for the next year's tuition fee.
Because it's also expensive.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
see, going now to, we'll go back to the personal stuff later. But like IRCC has new rules now
Yeah.
that students can no longer bring families,
Mhm.
partners, children.
Mhm.
What do you think of these new changes? Like you have to have a bigger, like show money in a way
Mhm.
that you tell them that you have the funds. How do you feel about all these changes?
I think it's heartbreaking for for immigrants actually, because they get separated from their family, and it's a chance to bring their family here. But the thing is, given the rates that we have now, like the renting,
Yeah.
increase in tuition fee,
Oh, was-
effects of inflation, so all things go up right now. So I think it's just a way for the government to secure the financial capability of students coming here so that they won't be of burden
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
if they lack or if they don't find a job, so that they can still finish their studies. Because what's the main reason they came here as an international
It's
student
really to study.
was really to study, right?
So
Yeah.
it's more of the government also securing the students
Yeah.
getting to graduate, not
Yeah.
just count on whatever they land here.
Yeah, so that
Okay.
they can integrate to the economy.
That's true. That's true. But it's just heartbreaking
Yeah.
that now you cannot bring in
Mhm.
your families with you, right?
Yeah.
I know. So was there ever a time you said, I know, it's easy for you to study. Your partner got, what's the name of your partner?
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, okay.
Yeah.
So I keep on calling him your partner. So Lorenzo, did you or he ever think of like, I want to go back.
Oh.
This is not for me. I want to go back.
Oh, I think that was during the pandemic.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because everything was shut down, right?
Okay.
Even the schools went shut. But the thing is, we're still studying at the convenience of our home.
Yeah.
But the disadvantage with that is that you cannot you can't meet your classmates.
So there's no social
No interactions.
interactions.
Like, so it was hard for me. I think I even experienced depression at that time.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes in the morning I puke.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
because
just because of that, it gave me a lot of stress. Like, I felt helpless during that time.
Yeah.
I felt alone because Lorenzo was working,
Yeah.
and then I was alone in the house, and then studying online only.
And you know, I didn't understand depression at first, but
Yeah.
then I realized now how people can get depressed, especially during winter, and if you're alone.
Yeah,
It's-
especially during our first winter here. I remember that having the, what do they call that, the winter blues?
yeah.
Yeah.
I never understood that before because I thought, you know, coming in from outside, oh, winter's such a wonderful time, but it really will get to you. And that's when I experienced, I think last year, I experienced like, oh, you can really get depressed during winter. So, well, it's a good thing we have friends here and
Yeah,
family
yeah.
to count on. What is it you fear most about being here and your family being in the Philippines?
What I fear most?
Like, are you worried about something that you're here and they're thousands of miles away?
Oh yeah. For example, if something happens,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I fear most. Like, you cannot leave your job right away, or you cannot go back home right away if
Takes
you're
at least 2
needed.
days, right?
Yeah.
I know. But has family joined you here? Because
Oh.
I noticed that when people come here, suddenly
bring their
families in tow. Who do you have here now with you?
So my youngest sibling is here with me now.
Oh.
So she took the same path as mine. She also came here as a student in 2022.
Okay, what did she study?
She studied HR as Human Resources Management
Okay.
at MBCC too.
At NBCC too.
Yeah,
but-
that's a one-year program.
Okay, so is she now, what is her status now? Is she working? What?
Yeah, so she's working now and she just got her permanent residency in July.
Wow.
And she works for the government actually,
Wow.
for the city of Moncton.
That is so good.
Yeah.
So, all these experiences, Edgar, would you do it over again?
Oh yeah,
100%?
yes.
100%.
Yes. I have no regrets.
What advice would you give people, especially with the new restrictions? Is it still worth it to go?
So, when we came here, Lorenzo and I accepted the fact that moving to a new place is complementary to starting from scratch.
Yeah.
So, for those people who are still planning going here, I suggest and don't spend too much time waiting for the
Right time?
perfect opportunity because you might have missed the right opportunity.
Especially with the changes now, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then for people who are already here and just starting their life, we may experience regrets or unmet expectations, challenges, or we may have hardships establishing our careers.
Uh-huh.
But remember that you are here and God put you here because He has plans for you and
So
He will not
just-
abandon you.
So just move on.
Yeah,
Just be patient and
yeah. And in
Yeah.
everything that you do, always put more value on moral integrity over public opinion.
wow. Thank you for that. Well, with that, everyone, thank you, Edgar, for joining me today. And I wish you all the best in all the other things you're doing outside of working full time. And we'll see you at the next The Moving Truth and Path. Bye now.